friends. Welcome to Learning on the Go with Arapahoe Libraries. My name is Mary, and I'm so glad you're here again for more songs and rhymes and fun. Before we say hello with our bread and butter, jelly and jam, let's sing our hello song one more time. Ready? Hello, 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 and how are you? I'm fine, I hope that you are too. Okay, get out your bread and butter, jelly and jam. Bread and butter, jelly and jam. Let's say hello as fast as we can. Hello. Bread and butter, jelly and jam. Let's say hello as slow as we can. Hello. Bread and butter, jelly and jam. Let's say hello as softly as we can. Bread and butter, jelly and jam. Let's say hello as loud as we can. Hello! My fingers are starting to wiggle. My fingers are starting to wiggle. My fingers are starting to wiggle. And now so are my hands. My hands are starting to wiggle. My hands are starting to wiggle. My hands are starting to wiggle. And now so are my arms. My arms are starting to wiggle. My arms are starting to wiggle. My arms are starting to wiggle. And now so are my feet. My feet are starting to wiggle. My feet are starting to wiggle. My feet are starting to wiggle. And now so is my body. My body is starting to wiggle. My body is starting to wiggle. My body is starting to wiggle. Around and around and around. Great work. Now that we've gotten our wiggles out, I wonder if you can help me with something. Friends, I need you to help me with something. I have 3 pictures of different places on the planet. This one is called the Savannah. It's very dry there, but it has a rainy season too. And then we have here the ocean, the bottom of the ocean. And here we have the Arctic up north, where it's very, very cold and snowy. And different kinds of animals live in these different places. And I need you to help me figure out. I have some animals here and I want you to help me figure out who lives in each of these different places. Okay? Grown-ups, we are building background knowledge this month. That just means that our friends, our young friends, are learning all about the world and gaining knowledge that will help them later when they begin to read, to comprehend what they're reading. They need information to pull from to help them to understand what they're reading about. So giving them lots of information through books or through talking or through visiting places like the zoo and the museum really helps get them ready for understanding and comprehending what they're reading later on. So we're going to look at some animals that live in each of these places. The first animal I have is this one. This little guy is called a meerkat. Have you ever heard of a meerkat? Do you know where a meerkat might live? Does a meerkat live under the water, do you think? Maybe a meerkat lives in the Arctic. It has a lot of fur. Well, I can tell you that the meerkat lives in the savannah. So we put him up in the savannah. How about this animal? Have you ever seen this before? This is a whale. It's a certain kind of whale. It's a humpback whale. Do you think a humpback whale lives in the savannah with the meerkat? No. He swims, doesn't he? Yes, so where would he live? You got that right. The ocean. Let me put the humpback whale up there. in the ocean. Oh, I bet you know where this animal lives. Have you ever seen this before? You're right, that's a polar bear. Do you think a polar bear lives in the ocean? Does a polar bear live where it's hot? No, it's right in the name, polar. Polar means it lives in the Arctic, where it's snowy and cold. So I'll put it there. I have this animal too. What is this called? It's a rhinoceros. I wonder if a rhinoceros lives with the polar bears. Maybe, but I think a rhinoceros lives on the savannah with the meerkat. So we'll put him up there. Can you guess where this animal might live? It shares something in common with one of the other animals up here. That's right, it has the same white fur as the polar bear. So I'm going to put the Arctic fox here in the Arctic with the polar bear. Yes, it even is in the name, the Arctic fox. Why do you think they both have white fur? So we have one animal left to discover. What do you think? Do you know what this is? It is a jellyfish. Do you think you'd see a jellyfish in the snow? Would you see a jellyfish up in the grasslands in the savannah? No, probably not. I think you would see a jellyfish with the humpback whale in the ocean. That's right. Look at that. We figured out where all of those animals live. Great work. Well, we figured out where all of those animals live. And now I wonder if we can move like some animals. I'd like you to help me sing a song. The song goes like this. Did you ever see a birdie, a birdie, a birdie? Did you ever see a birdie fly this way and that? Fly this way and that way and this way and that way. Did you ever see a birdie fly this way and that? Did you flap your wings with me? Let's try it again, okay? And you can sing and flap. Did you ever see a birdie, a birdie, a birdie? Did you ever see a birdie fly this way and that? Fly this way and that way and this way and that way. Did you ever see a birdie fly this way and that? How about a fishy? Did you ever see a fishy, a fishy, a fishy? Did you ever see a fishy swim this way and that? Swim this way and that way and this way and that way. Did you ever see a fishy swim this way and that? How about a dino? Have you ever seen a dino stomp? Did you ever see a dino, a dino? A dino. Did you ever see a dino stomp this way and that? Stomp this way and that way and this way and that way. Did you ever see a dino stomp this way and that? Good work. Nice job. What other animals can you think of? Maybe we could swing like a monkey. Did you ever see a monkey, a monkey, a monkey? Did you ever see a monkey swing this way and that? Swing this way and that way and this way and that way. Did you ever see a monkey swing this way and that? Great work, friends. Grown-ups, sometimes the rhymes we say help to share information with our little ones. In this rhyme, we learn that big yellow moon shines at night and looks down on us while we're sleeping, and during the day, the moon is gone, but Mr. Morning Sun comes out to shine. Put your arms up like you have a big yellow moon. Big yellow moon shines so bright and glides across the starry night, looks down at me asleep in bed, and whispers, shh, Good night, sleepyhead. Big yellow moon, your turn is done. Here comes Mr. Morning Sun. I wake up, oh, and you go to bed. Shh, sleep well, moon, you sleepyhead. Can you do that with me again? Put your arms up like the moon. Big yellow moon shines so bright, glides across the starry night, looks down at me asleep in bed and whispers, shh, good night, sleepyhead. Big yellow moon, your turn is done. Here comes Mr. Morning Sun. I wake up, and you go to bed. Shh, sleep well, moon, you sleepyhead. Grown-ups, as I mentioned, this month we are building our background knowledge, which means we are learning all about the world so that we have context and information to pull from when we are reading, so that we understand or comprehend better what we are reading. So your books that you are going to receive in your mailed kit is Lola Gets a Cat by Anna McQuinn and Rosalind Beardshaw. We are sharing that with you because it's a great story about a girl who decides she really wants a pet cat. But before she does, she goes and learns everything she can about taking care of a cat and practices with her stuffed cat before she gets one. So she gets all that background knowledge that she needs before she takes on a real pet cat. To go along with that, though, you are also going to be adopting a pet in your kit. Now, don't worry, grown-ups, this is not a real animal, but I am going to be sending you one of these little stuffed dogs or cats that you will have. And then also you will be receiving your own adoption certificate. So your little one can pick a name for their new pet, and they are going to promise to love it and take care of it. And they're going to put their name and the date. And that way they also need to learn as much as they can about taking care of their new pet dog or cat, just like Lola in the story. Some other books I want to recommend to you that I enjoy. One of them is called I Live in a Tree, and it is a great story about different kinds of homes that animals live in and what they're called. Another one that I absolutely love and is so funny is called Three Little Tardigrades. Now, if you've not heard of a tardigrade, there's something new to learn. It is a microscopic bug or amoeba, I'm not sure actually, a microscopic thing that we can't see with the naked eye. But in this story, we have three of them who are setting off to live on their own, just like the Three Little Pigs story. So you'll see some familiarity there, but you'll learn a lot about tardigrades and what they like and where they might live in this really, really funny story. So there's some books that you might enjoy, and there's a full book list on the handout that you'll get as well as some other ideas for building background knowledge. I hope you have fun. Friends, thank you for joining me for this month's Learning on the Go. I hope you had fun. I know I did. Can you join me in singing our last song? Oh, my friends, friends, my very special friends, I'm glad you're here today. Oh, my friends, friends, my very special friends, I'm glad you came to play. We've had fun with books and songs and rhymes. Now it's time for us to say goodbye. Oh, my friends, friends, my very special friends, I'm glad you're here today. Thanks again for joining me, friends. I'll see you next month. Bye.